Hang on. Okay, Beth. So I want to also ask you the same question about this kind of writing, and has it had any kind of long-term effect on you or anyone else that you can think of?
Yeah, I'd say for me, it's kind of started my brain thinking of what other ways can I use this same kind of format. So I'm a 7th grade science teacher, and I've thought about, can I make videos to explain like lab procedures? So instead of giving them, here's your lab write-up and here's kind of the list of steps that you need to do to set up this investigation, like, could I do that in video form where I'm explaining things in video form? Because I find that they really liked for me to just verbally tell them, but if I tell them all the 20 steps, by the time they start number 2, they forgot,
Right.
like number 13 through 20. So, and if I write it for some reason, it doesn't matter what font I use or if I put little check boxes next to it, they still be like, Mrs. Keller, where do we get that? And I'm like, it's right in the, but there's something about like just reading that list versus like hearing someone say that. And so I thought about that. I think that's changed the way I've thought about how I give directions for some other things. But I think it's also changed my kids in some ways, because this week I tried to do a whole class lecture discussion because there's some things I wanted to talk about. I wanted to do some and like they were just all over the place, where I think before they had been trained to sit quietly and go through this thing, and now they were just like, hands, I barely could get like 2 words in because they all had to say something and they all had to have this input. And I realized it's because for the last couple of months, they've had this chance to like pause me and do what they want to do. And they couldn't pause me, and they were like, pause, Mrs. Keller, read it, Mrs. Keller. And so it kind of like broke the spell of this nice quiet where I get to talk a lot and they have to listen to me, which is a horrible teaching practice anyway. So like really, I shouldn't have been doing that. But I thought in my head, this will work. I want to do this thing where we're going to, and like, I broke the spell, for better, for worse. So it's changed them too.
Yeah, fascinating.